League 1 Racing Championship. My name is Katie997, back in the commentary box for you once again. Even though I wasn't in Baku last week, I'm back here this race. We are at Hungary for the 13th round of the League 1 series and for the entire weekend of WNR. We'll go through the championship standings in a little momentarily, but in the meantime, we'll give you a little bit of a guard tour of the Hungary right here in Budapest, as we'll ride along with Warskova as he'll give us a little bit of a guided tour around here. So, first bit, you're going to go down the front straight. This is one of the two DRS zones here in Hungary, into turn 1, into second gear, exit out of there, of the first corner, opens the second DRS zone, to turn 3, down to third gear, excuse me, approaches the third, invalidates the lap time, so, just for going a little bit too wide of the exit 3, so, let's ride along with, we're all broken arrow, so I guess he's one of the new drivers today, so we'll follow along with him as he goes through turn 1. Opens DRS right there, the second DRS zone at the end of turn 1, into turn 2. Locks up just a little bit there. Short shifts to 4th at the exit of the corner. 2-3, that's flat out. All the way up to turn 4. Sets the time of an 18.8 to start off. Into turn 5. You want to make sure you keep those tires off of that auto-spin curve there on the right side. Like I said, it's an auto-spin curve, and you will hit that. Hit through the chicane now into the tricky little part of the middle sector of turns 9 and 10. Of course, that is a bit tricky. You need quite a bit of downforce through that part of the track. Through the exit of 11, now into turn 12. In short shifts to third, down to third gear, up into 13. Keeps it very nice and steady through there. Into the final corner, 14. See what he does up to the line momentarily. And he sets a 1 minute 17.4, but F. Characteristic in pole position with a 14.6 at the moment in the Red Bull. But yeah, the track is very short. It's one of the shortest tracks of the calendar, but it is one of the most difficult places to overtake. It is 2.7 miles long, or 4.3 kilometers, 14 corners, with about 7 corners going 7 to the left, 7 to the right, most likely with just the 2 DRS zones that we saw earlier. Starburst about to complete his lap in the Williams. There's the Mercedes of Scorpa gets out of the way. See what Starburst can do going up towards the start-finish line. Opens the DRS, crosses the line. 16.3 is what he does at the moment. Looks like we have some new faces that I haven't seen here in League 1. Looks like we have some new drivers for McLaren and for Racing Point that I'm very new to see. I guess at the moment I can give you a little bit of a Drivers' Championship and Constructors' Championship update in terms of the standings. So, your current as Kinzel, spot at the exit of turn 5. You better hurry up quickly, otherwise you will get disqualified. Better hurry up. Thankfully Ghosting's on. Okay, he's good. Trying to make sure he gets out of everyone's way, get away, out of the way of very short traffic. Can be frustrating at times when you're trying to get out of people's way. I can definitely understand that. So yeah, the point standings. In first is Baseman right now. Who is not here today, as young Tommy, the guy who is competing for the championship, is on pole position with a 14-2. But anyway, Baseman, 166 points, is in the lead by 5 points, but that could change because Young Tommy is right behind him with 5 points behind with 161. In third, Menace Max is in with 132 points, only down by 34. In fourth is Dylan in the AlphaTauri with 128, down by 38, so he's pretty much right there in the fight somewhat. And Crazy Bill, who has won 2 races in a row, is only fifth with 50 points, so he's down by 128. And he is also in this race. I thought he was a championship driver, wasn't he? Unless he got demoted to League One. That I wasn't too aware of, but whatever. But yeah, we'll see if he can carry that momentum in Hungary. Top 5 for constructors right now at the moment is Racing Point in the lead with 304 points. Second is Renault with 176 points, down by 128. Third is AlphaTauri with 159, down by 145. Hassett fourth with Bearded Dave Fixtures. Well, it's most like it's actually now Bearded Dave and Bearded Dave and Crazy Bill. They have 165 points, down by 139, and then McLaren rounds off top 5 with 94 points and down by 210. So McLaren does only have one of their full-time drivers, that's Scooby Stu, but Racing Point does not have. Actually, no, they do. Actually, I did not see Menace Max show up, or I must not see his name pop up. I'm not sure, but anyway. But yeah, that's a pretty big loss if they don't have their current championship leader, Basement. But we'll see if Menace Max can pick up the scraps and see if he can at least keep Racing Point strong. Well, there could be a change in the standings probably by the end of the day, but right now, at the moment, we still have Young Tommy on pole position with a 14-2, but we still got plenty more drivers yet to do their lap times. And there's only a couple of drivers that have done their laps on the medium compound. Menace Max, Jonesy, and F1HL. And Menace Max right now is the leader out of them all with a 15-8. That's actually a pretty decent time though for a medium run. It's only about 1.6 seconds off of a provisional pole time. He's right now on the soft tire, so I'm wondering if he's going to probably plan on doing a... Oh, hello. Looks like WNR had a bit of a moment there at the exit of 5. And hopefully he gets out of the way of that Alpha. He does. Anyway, it will fall on with Crazy Bill. See what time he can do on those medium tires. Like I said, this guy has won about a couple of races in a row so far since joining League One. He has not raced at all except for the last 2 races. So, see how this man can carry that sort of momentum. Through the middle sector he does. He goes. He actually kept carry that quite nicely, actually. Uses a little bit of the apex there. 53.4. He is in line for about a low 15, I would say, with that sort of a middle sector. Keep it steady through the final couple of corners. Now to the final turn. Keeps it on the inside. Opens DRS up to the line. Yep, there you go. 15-1, and he's third place with the 15-1. So he's now the leading medium runner out of the whole medium group. And Menace Max jumps the pole with a 14-1. So he's ahead now of his rival Young Tommy for provisional pole. Also bumps Crazy Bill to 4th place. Honestly would have thought that Menace Max probably would have stayed with the same tire, go with the mediums. But very interesting to see him not do that. And there is Mike Ogerhertz. He is the replacement for Baseman today, as he is out of fuel and cannot do another lap. He's got time to go back to the garage and actually get more fuel in the car, get another set of tires, and on his way he'll be. Let's see if we can find anyone that's close on a lap. FNHL seems to be the one. Oh no, he's not. He's going into the pit line. I can imagine that because his time was very, very off pace. Dave Polish, there's Crazy Bill coming in as well. Scooby Stew hasn't validated his lap, even though he was up by nearly half a second in the middle sector. He must probably wasn't too happy with this time. Let's see, Captain Finney's doing, I'm guessing, another lap on those same softs. Interesting for him to do that. Normally, with this track, I know it's a track that can easily degrade the tires because it's a very harsh, abrasive surface in Hungary. Normally, the ideal strategy, in my opinion, is to go to a one-stop. Medium to hard is the best one. If you go for the soft tire, it could work, but your tires are gonna be, their hard tires are gonna be very, very off pace by the end of the race. As Captain Pig comes across the line, does a 14.6 on those soft tires. So he's ahead now, Crazy Bill for 4th place in the top 5. Though, he's doing a lap right now, 54.9 in the middle sector, so that's gonna be roughly a high 15 time if I'm not mistaken. This could bump down Jonesy into the 11th place position. The only advantage I know if you start, actually no, he's gonna do 17.0. I thought it was gonna be 15, go close to it. Must have lost some time in the 3rd sector, but the advantage, though, if you start anywhere like in 11th, that can be a bit of an advantage. And the reason I say that is because you can start a brand new set of mediums. Now, if you start on the hard compound tire outside the top 10, it can work, but the problem is, the only thing is you have to pray for a safety car to come out at the right time, at the later part of the race. If safety car comes out, like, let's say, oh, I don't know, probably about like lap 4 or 5, your race would definitely be over in terms of like trying to fight for at least a podium, maybe even a win. See if there's any more times that come up. Dylan has done a 17.3 on the, looks like to be the mediums. Yeah, I think that's what he did. Or was that on the soft tire? No, he didn't. I'm guessing he must have done a stinker lap. I'm not sure. They have it on the best tire that he's fitted on. Okay, no. It was a stinker lap. That's what it was. Oh, Kinzel. 5-place grid penalty for a collision with Mike Ogerhertz. Interesting. I hope that does not carry through to the end of the race. And Mike gets a penalty as well. So, a little bit of shenanigans already before the race even starts. And Dylan goes to 8th with a 15.6. Kinzel another 5. What is he doing? What has happened in turn 5? That he's gotten all these grid penalties. He's got 2 grid penalties. And nice, and he's retired on track. Really? Were those guys on laps, by the way? I think... no. Actually, they were on out laps. Lucky they were. Oh, what about that racing point? Was that Menace Max? No, that was Mike. Sorry. Well, luckily they went out laps, but that's... Come on, that's silly. I'm not sure what happened to see all that little shenanigans happen. But... yeah, Kenzel's got 10-place grid penalty, so he's going to be starting last. And then Mike has a grid penalty as well, 5-place grid penalty. So he'll probably starting. Well, it depends how the game will set up for them, but I'm pretty sure one of them will be one of them will be starting last. Dylan retires in the pit lane. Qualifying is over, so Frank Ballistic looks like he did improve, but not enough to gain a position. Goes third quickest. Wait, it looks like thing. Dave does not seem to be improving his time. Let's see what Irish Dadkins do. I think he's a reserve driver, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's taking over for the Maniac. And is he? Did he come in late? No, he didn't. I thought he came in late because I thought that was Max Verstappen's number for a brief moment. Never mind. Let's see, DRS open, up to the line, does a 15.9, so he's the third quickest of the medium runners, puts him into 10th. Bumps up Scorpa to 11th, so he's probably going to be starting on those, whatever tire he's going to start on. I guess he's going to start on the mediums. I think at that position you want to start on the medium tire, unless you start from, let's say, 15 to beyond. You probably see some drivers on the hard compound tire, but another reserve driver I've noticed that's taking over. I think that's BX 37 Pro. Yeah, I think he's taking over Vintage, if I'm not mistaken. I saw that Vintage is not racing. Yeah, hasn't been racing. I know he took over for me last week. Also, thanks for that, Vintage, by the way, if you are watching. I did have some stuff I had to take care of last week. That's why I wasn't commentating. But there you go. Menace Max on pole. Young Tommy is second. Clark Willis in third. Captain Fitty in fourth. F1 HL in fifth. Peter Dave in sixth. Crazy Bill will start on the medium compound tire in seventh. BX 37 Pro in eighth. Dylan in ninth. Irish Dad in 10th. Those two will also start on the medium compound. Scorpio in 11th. Starburst in 12th. Codfish in 13th. Jonesy in 14th. Kinzel in 15th. But we'll go through the rest towards the end of the formation lap. But yeah, now it's going to be 35 laps around here in Hungary. Not going to be the track that's going to be suited for overtaking. It's not really a track that is high on overtaking spots. Oh, Irish is Argentina. Oh, okay. Okay. Thanks for letting me know that, Vintage. I mean, wishing each other looks like on the chat. I see, very nice. Alright, so we should be able to get going here shortly. Doesn't look like any rain's gonna happen. Looks like very clear skies around Budapest. As we will get the formation lap now underway. Jeez. I am very sorry if I had to clear my throat so many times. My throat's just been a little bit sore today, but doesn't mean I won't compensate, so trying to do my best in this. But yeah, got the cars doing the formation lap right now around Budapest, around this 2.7 mile circuit. like I said earlier, not very many overtaking spots. Strategy right there. Soft tires, you can go 8 to 9 laps on the pit window, go to the hards. Safety car can happen, actually you can go to the end if it does happen early. Medium runners, it can be the same thing. You'll have to pit like a little bit later, probably about 13 to 15, I would say, pit window. Oh dear, Mike and Crystal Mays have been disqualified from the formation lap. That is not the ideal way to start, but okay. Anyway, let's run through the grid order one more time. Menace Max on pole, Young Tommy in second. Two championship contenders battling out in the top two. Chronic Ballistic in third, Captain Infinity in fourth, F1 HL. Probably the highest position I've seen him do so far, along with Captain Infinity starting in the top five. Beer David sixth, with his teammate in the other half behind him in seventh. Crazy Bill, BX37 Pro in 8th, Dylan in 9th, Irishstad in 10th. They'll be starting on scrub medium tires, but compare that to the rest of the bottom 10, with Scorpa in 11th. He'll be starting the mediums, along with Starburst, Codfish, Jonesy, Broken Arrow, Swanshank, Scooby Stew, and Crystal Maze, and Kinzel Styles, who is starting from the back of the grid because of a grid penalty. He had 2 places grid penalty. And Mike will start on the hard compound tire, the only one on the hard compound tire, so he's taking the gamble here. So here we go, the 5 red lights here in front of the drivers, and we've got the glitch already. Common thing to see there from Codemasters, a very delayed red lights. And now we are lights out, and away we go. And oh dear, what has happened in the back? That's a Ferrari that spun. Right off the grid, it's Codfish. He has spun already before he even reached the first corner. But anyway, Menace Max is in the lead, Young Tommy in second, Carbalistic in third. Those guys have gone through relatively okay. Crazy Bill, though, has gone past his teammate for 6th place, and there's a carnage in the back. I think that's the other Ferrari. It is, of Crystal Maze. He's got an incident as well. I have no idea what's happened to the 2 Ferraris. I saw Codfish just spin before they even reached the first turn. Very bizarre start for the 2 Ferraris. Not the way they would have wanted, and oh, we got a spin around too. It's BX37. He's gone. Oh no, he has not gone. He's just lost a few positions. I'm sorry, I didn't even see it. Couldn't see it on the camera. But yeah, he's lost a ton of positions there. Went from near the top 5 to now down to 13th place. Now have to make that 12th as he gets by Swanshanks. But as Menace Max in the lead at the very moment, with Young Tommy behind, the gap is only half a second separating the 2. And we got more yellow flags. Oh, it's him again. That's BX37. This time he spun around, and he's got damage to that front wing. So he's going to have to go into the pit lane and get a new front wing. The top 2 have started to separate from the rest of the field at the moment. Menace Max leading the way with Young Tommy in second. There's a different pit strategy there. 2-stop is what the game is suggesting there. Yellow flags. I have no idea who that's for. I think that might have been localized yellows. Oh, no, it's not localized yellows. That's Young Tommy. He apparently had a bit of an incident. He was up there with Menace Max at one point. Oh, he's got damage to the front wing as well. I'm wondering if those 2 must have come together. That is very disappointing to see there from Young Tommy. So he's got damage, and he's got to go into the pit lane. He's going to have to go to the hards at the end of the race, but he's going to lose a lot of time. He's going to need a safety car to get him back in this race. Yeah, there he goes. Into the pit lane goes the Renault of Young Tommy. I wonder if he must have hit the back of his car or something and then spun around. Anyways, now DRS is enabled. Crystal Maze, big send on the inside. Oh, here comes Mike on the inside as well. Huge send by the Racing Boys. I thought that was Crystal Maze that spun, but no, that was the other Ferrari. He's gonna come back into there's more contact between the Ferrari and the Racing Point. The Codfish I saw spun around in the background. I don't know from what. I don't know if he made contact from anybody. I assume that's what happened. As Mike has got a 3-second time penalty already. Thanks for popping that up. Oh, Swanshake is spun in the infield of the chicane. He must have hit the curb and just lost it there. Codfish left to... Oh, he must have internet issues. So, was it the AI that spun him? I have no idea. As Swanshakes has spun around again. He's probably not feeling good with those tires, I assume. They must be very smoldering at this point. It can be very easy to do. Oh yeah, no, you can see. The way the car is controlling, yeah, he can't control the car with that amount of lack of control. That's crazy. Bill got damaged too. That's what the comment section is saying. Let me look at his front wing. Oh, he does. Yeah, he's got an end plate missing. Yeah, you're right. Angelique Muller. In what? In one of the McLarens. Oh, the Kinzel Styles car? The Kinzel Styles person? Maybe. I don't know. That's what everyone's saying in the comments, but I'm not entirely sure. Jake's asking who? I'm guessing they're thinking it's Kinzel Styles. If you saw what was... Yeah, so Jake, if you're wondering what was going on earlier too, this guy right here got himself a 10-place grid penalty for the collisions with Mike and I think it was one of the Ferraris. I can't remember which one, but yeah, that's probably what they're talking about, I think. So anyway, Menace Max right now is leading by 2.6 seconds. So he's got pretty good distance right now between himself and his rival. Young Tommy, meanwhile, gets ahead of Jonesy for 15th. Still got some work to do. But he's going to really need to pray for a safety car to get him back in this race. Oh, Mike. This person. Oh, I thought it was the other one. My bad. But yeah, that other Racing Point definitely had some questionable racecraft as well. Well, whoever this person is definitely might have to be looked at, I'm guessing. Hate to be that kind of a person, but that's what I think. But anyway, lap 6 of 35. Less than 30 laps to go into this Hungarian Grand Prix. That's Max still leading the way. I'm sure he's waiting to go onto this hard tire towards lap 7 or 8. As Codfish has gone ahead of Broken Arrow. If I can see him in the camera shot, there they are. As Kinzel Styles is right behind those two. On floor with McLaren. Not quite close enough. Obviously, making a phase run move. It's very possible to do so. That's sort of the part of the track. As Crystal Maze gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Dylan also gets a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings as well. Shadow's doing a pretty decent job at the moment. One of the second lead runners in the medium tire runners. Beer Dance needs to concede is going to concede into the pit lane. Obviously feeling the effect on those soft tires. now pit as one of the first of the soft runners to do so. So right now there's 4 cars remaining that needs to pit out of the soft runners. And that's mess. Oh, hello, yellow flags. That is that. Oh dear, what has happened? What has happened between these two? Looks like Mike and Swanshake must have come together at turn 12. How on earth did they end up there? They've got damage too. And this guy's going with a broken wing as well. He didn't pit. Swanshake goes in. Cancel a 3-second penalty. Was that intentional? I would have to assume so. Because there's no way those two should have collided something like that. That's bizarre. Max stays out. Bar's coming in. Captain Finney's coming in. F1HL's coming in. So these guys on the soft runners are going into the pit lane. Getting off of those soft tires. Max will have to come in the next lap. Otherwise he might get an undercut performed on him. Yellow flags, that's a Mercedes. Swanshake's lane by his teammate. Oh, that's the wrong car there. Scooby Sue, 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Yeah, that's very bizarre to see there from that racing point of Mike Ogerhertz. I don't know what on earth that driver was thinking. He's got damage. He's still staying out. A logical person would have just gone to the pit lane and replaced the front wing, but no. Not that racing point. At least this one will. But he's just doing it to get off those soft tires. Alright, so he's in the pits. So Graysonville's coming in too. Yeah, he's had enough of that front wing. Oh wait, Irish Dad also has damaged front wing as well. What's that from, I wonder? Yellow flags, that's... Was that caught? I think so. Kenzo Styles, a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. So Rajstad takes the lead of the race, but as Mike has intentionally retired from the race, it looks like. And a safety car has been deployed. A safety car has been deployed because of the crash from that racing point. I wish I could have seen how, but that had to have been intentional because there was no one around that racing point. And now that has caused a safety car and has changed almost literally everything. And that also has hurt Max's chances of even getting somewhat of an not an undercut, but at least hurt his chances a bit of leading the race. Irish Dad will have to come in. Oh no, he didn't have damage. I thought it did, but I guess I didn't see the in-play. So Irish Dad comes in, Crystal Mace comes in, Dylan comes in. So this helps them. It's gonna hurt the soft runners that were in the pits. Well, maybe a little bit. Maybe not one of them. Max is staying out, obviously, because he pitted. So he actually takes back the lead of the race. Ironically. I don't think he would. But yeah, he's back in the lead. Clark Ballistic is on the medium tire, so he's on a 2-stop. Captain Infinity is also on a 2-stop strategy. Ashad on the hard tire. F1HL is on the mediums, but he's doing He's doing a 2-stop as well. Crystal Maze ahead of the pass right there, Beard Dave. He's doing a 2-stop. Crystal Maze is going to the end. Young Tommy is going to the end too, obviously. Well, he had to pit because he had damaged wing. Crystal Crazy Bill is in 9th. He's doing a 2-stop as well. Yeah, so different strategies being played. And Dylan's going to the end of the hard tire. And then pretty much the rest of the bottom 10 except for broken BX37 are going to the end, but BX37 is doing a 2-stop. But yeah, I have to think that wreck was intentional. Because the way the car was positioned was where those cars are going through now. And remember, that car also had a broken front wing, so it had to have intentionally, it had to. Normally if you have a broken front wing, you have to take it steady as much as you can but to get it back to the pit lane. That Racing Point kept going for 2 laps with that broken front wing. I seriously think 100% that was intentional. If that isn't, I don't know what is. It didn't affect anyone too much. I'm honestly more shocked that Menace Max has managed to get back in the lead. I thought that would have affected him in a way. But no, he's not. He probably just had enough pace to get back into the front while everyone was pitting. But very bizarre to see different strategies though. Some of them are doing 2 stops, some of them going to the end of the race on the hard compound tire. And also this would help out Menace Max in the championship standings because if I remember correctly, from when I was mentioning the standings earlier, he is in 3rd, Menace Max, right? But he's only down by, how much was it again? He's down by 34. So if he were to win the race, the safety car will be coming in this lap. So pretty much if he were to win this race today, he would be down by 9 points. Since his teammate isn't in the race today. So this could definitely help him out a lot. Yeah, but young Tommy pretty much needs to finish in 7th, I believe, in order to get back if he wants to get into the lead. But here we go, green flags. Get back in the race here in Budapest as a McLaren's gone very slowly. Kinzel's gone into the pits for a new win, I assume. As Crystal Maze gets ahead of or at least I thought he was going to get ahead of the Alfa Romeo, but not really. He just stays behind. A little side-by-side action between the Renault and the Haas. Young Tommy and Peter Dane, they're going side-by-side into turn 4. That's good. Oh, I thought that was going to be a little bit nasty, but it wasn't. Luckily, those two didn't come together. I think he's thinking better of it, too. Right now, he is in 8th place at the moment. This would get him 4 points, so he wouldn't get the points lead. He just needs to finish 7th if he wants to get the points lead. Young Tommy, that is. But at the moment, Menace Max leading the way at the moment. Up by half a second over Chronic Ballistic. And it's followed by Captain Affinity, F1HL, and Crystal Maze as your top 5 at the moment. But Crystal Maze is the only guy in the top 5 that has got a penalty to his name. Then you have Irish Dad, Bearded Dave, as down the inside goes young Tommy into turn 1. He's got the mid down ahead of the Haas. The two Haas are starting to come a little bit close to each other. Thought Crazy Bill was going to find some sort of move to get by his teammate, but now it stays behind. That's allowed Dylan to be invited to the little party here. As Captain Everybody gets a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. For obviously corner cutting. Tense right now, separate between the Racing Point and the Red Bull. Swancheck a 3-second time penalty, multiple points. I'm assuming that was for going wide the exit of 11. Yeah, normally the exits of some of these cars can be very abusive, or not very abusive, but probably I would say very strict, I should say, towards track limits. If you go on the exit curves of certain corners when they're on this track. Down the inside goes Crazy Bill ahead of his teammate, and respectfully gives him position. And Dave thinks that he has the pace to do it, and Dylan also gets ahead. Oh, they make contact. Dylan did not give him any room whatsoever, and that also cost Peter Dave 3 positions in 2 corners, so he's down to 11th because of that. Has he got damage? No, he does not have damage, thankfully. Oh, that's so close there between him and the Alfa Romeo. The X37 had to walk up there as well to avoid him. Apart from all that, seems to be somewhat close action. DRS trains will have to be starting to form right now in certain groups. Scooby Stew gets ahead of Codfish for 16th. And DRS right now is enabled. Here comes Croc Ballistic. Oh, they make contact, the Red Bull and the Racing Point. Luckily, the Racing Point did not spin around. Of course, in the brand new game for next season, F1 2021, that'll be, obviously, will be the rebranded Aston Martin. So instead, we say goodbye to the pink car, and we'll say hello to the British green of the Aston Martin. But in the meantime, I think there was a bit of a move that was going to be happening there between Crazy Bill and Young Tommy, but that didn't happen there. Oh yeah, and also, if you remember, in F1 2021, the trailer, well, also, yeah, I can refer this in real life as well, obviously, that will obviously not be Renault anymore. It will be now the brand new team called Alpine, which was Renault's racing division years ago. We do get some sort of separation. I could probably talk a little bit more about the game for next season for F1 2021, but right now we still got some close battles going on right now at the very moment. Brian Ballistic trying to get closer to the Racing Point, not quite close enough to make any sort of a move. Crazy Bill though gets on the inside of Irish Dad for 6th place. Irish Dad does not try to fight him off. Oh, and yet Tommy, I think, made contact. No damage though from the Renault, luckily. Meanwhile, back there, 10th, you got a bit of a 5-car train starting to form from Starburst to BX37. Oh, F1 shell's going around. Was there contact made there? I wonder. Or did he spin on his own at the exit of the chicane? He's got, oh, there's more damage, I think. I could have sworn I saw another end plate that flew off. But yeah, F1 HL's got damage, clearly, from hitting the wall. Yeah, that's from Jonesy's AlphaTauri. Made some sort of contact there. whom I'm guessing was Scorpa. I'm not entirely sure on that though. Crazy Bill with the fastest lap of the race, 1:18.5 from the Haas. But he'll have to make another pit stop too. He can't go to the end of those mediums, that's for sure. Meanwhile, though, Scorpa around the inside. I think he's got the Beer Dave. They make contact there. Oh, did that ruin his end play? Oh, that was close. Yeah, Jody has no end play. I think Bearded Dave must have got. Yeah, I thought so. No, he does. Yeah, I thought so. He's got damage. I think that was from the contact. With I'm guessing with F1A shelf, if that was the car, I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's got an end plate missing. Ballistic still holding on, but he can't find any way to pass that racing point. What it looks like. No matter how much ERS is used, and DRS, just cannot find any sort of way to get past that racing point. Yeah, like I said, he has to make another oh, hello, there's a Ferrari. That's Codfish. But, huh? Wait a minute, huh? Did he reset himself, or I'm confused? Well, anyway, into the pits goes Beard Dave, get the front wing replaced. He was in the wall. I could have sworn on my screen he was at the wall at one point, and then somehow ended up in the front straight, like that. Okay. Well, anyway. Oh, he is lagging on my end. Well, that probably explains a lot of it. Yeah, Chronic Ballistic will probably have to pit by the end of lap, probably say roughly lap 23 or 24 to go to another set of mediums. That's DRS, but he's just not close enough. He can't find any sort of move to get by that racing point, no matter what. Oh, he didn't open DRS. Or did, oh, no, I'm sorry. I am being silly. No, that's because he used braking. My bad. Yeah, so far, half a second is the gap between Max and Car Ballistic. Crystal Maze, who seems to be the closest rival to Max right now at the moment, is sitting right now in fourth with over 1.5 seconds behind. Behind the leader at the moment, and then your Crazy Bill following behind fifth. Captain Infinio gets a penalty there, multiple warnings. Penalty count, the most out of anybody so far is Bearded Dave with 8 seconds worth of time penalties. I think one of them was for speeding, obviously. DRS open again, still not close enough. Hungary, though, is definitely no, like, if you have very close racing between certain crews, it's just going to form these DRS trains, and it's very hard to pass, regardless. And if you're stuck behind that car, well, the dirty air, it's definitely one of the worst things to deal with around here as well. I would probably say in terms of the dirty air, it's very equal to Spain. It's that bad. Broken Arrow is trying to get some sort of a move ahead of Codfish. Yeah, Codfish is lagging like crazy on my end. I'm sure that's the same story with Broken Arrow too, so he can't find any way to pass him. I think he's got to fix his internet, really. Max still leading the way. We're at lap 20 of 35 here in Hungary. 7 tenths is the gap right now between him and Prague Ballistic. Over 2 seconds right now is the gap between Crystal Maze and the leader. And here comes Crazy Bill around the outside into turn 1. He's gonna go around the outside. Oh, he squeezed him and Crazy Bill into the fence. I don't think Crystal Maze gave him any sort of room. And has he got damage to that front wing? I think he does. I'm trying to see. Yep, he does. He's got a broken front wing, broken end plate. Yeah, Crystal Maze gave him absolutely no room on the exit of 1. I think that will definitely be reported to the stewards by the end of the race. I mean, I've also caught that on stream as well, so it was clearly obvious that he gave him no room. And I think Crazy Bill lost some traction out of the exit of the corner, which wouldn't surprise me there, because I mean, if you do hit those curves, sometimes you do tend to lose traction, and you'll spin onto the right side of the track sometimes. I've done that before in the past. Max is still trying to hold on to the lead. He's got a pretty good margin. He doesn't need to worry about Crystal Maze at the moment because he's a little further back. And by the time those two pit, Prague Ballistic, Prague Ballistic and Captain Infinity, then pretty much Max should be out of the DRS tow, in the way it looks. And there's young Tommy there. He's crawled his way back up after being down near 16th at one point. And right now he's up to 5th. He's on a bit of a recovery drive at the very moment, but he's doing a fairly good job. And right now, as it stands, he can take the points lead by the end of the race, ahead of his teammate of Basement. Or, excuse me, not teammate, his rival of Basement. Excuse me. Still same sort of close racing, but it's just no way to find any sort of move right now at the moment. Front Bliss is still not close enough. I pretty much assume this is the point now where he's going to have to go to the pits again. Yellow flag, who's that for? Or is that just a localized yellow? I'm not sure. Is that maybe for Dylan going slow? No. I mean, doesn't seem like anything's wrong, so must have been a localized yellow. Typical Codemasters things. Let's see if we can find any close battles. Scarlet Valley Jonesy for 9th place. He's got a broken front wing, so he should have an opportunity to get by. Jonesy, yeah, you can see he's struggling there with no end plate, not finding any sort of downforce to help him out there. I guess I can talk a little bit though about the new F1 2021 game coming out soon. So, yeah, like I mentioned, there are some new cars, like I mentioned, like the new rebranded cars, like Aston Martin, Alpine, the tracks, obviously, there's going to be 3 brand new ones. Imola, definitely a track I'm happy to see back on the F1 calendar as well, and be back in the game as well. Definitely looking forward to see that, and also they're racing in Imola this weekend, leading up with the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Then you got Portimao, and then the new street circuit of Jeddah, which is in Saudi Arabia. That'll be an interesting one to see. The thing is, though, about Jeddah, that track, you're going to average at speeds of 256 kilometers an hour. It's literally on average speed, that's the fastest street circuit ever recorded. Speed for a street circuit. And if you want to... And if you want to know, like, basically what that is in terms of miles an hour, that's 159 miles an hour averaging. I mean, if you also looked at, like, the visual, like, looks at the track, it looks good, in my opinion, but a lot of people are not happy about it because it doesn't seem like it's a very specific place to overtake. But yeah, speaking of but more to the game, there's also a brand new mode called Breaking Point, which is and here comes Crystal Maze down the inside of Captain Infinity for third place, so he's into the podium positions now for the Ferrari there. Captain Infinity also picks up a penalty to add to his woes, but yeah, there's this brand new mode called Breaking Point. It's a story mode. So basically, Devin Butler, if you've never heard from F1 2019, is actually making his return to the series in Formula 1 for career mode. Well, it's not right, career mode. Oh! Captain Infinity spun and reset itself. But yes, he makes his return. Now, I think there's new characters involved in it as well. I'm not sure if it's the character you play as, but I remember in the trailer, if you were listening to Crofty talking about this guy named Kuma or something like that, when he's like saying he was making a move at the hairpin and he couldn't make the move work. It actually is a good one too. Like the way the commentary was, it was like so bone chilling. It actually was really good to hear that. But yeah, basically, I guess you're the guy you play as. You go from F2 to F1. That's basically the journey of it. I assume you'll be driving in one of the real teams. It obviously won't be like a fictional team or whatever the case is. But I don't know. It should be very interesting to see. As yeah, the medium tires are starting to fall off there from Product Ballistic. He's lost a little bit of time to Menace to Max, and we have about less than 10 laps left into the race. Crystal Maze is going closer now. There is young Tommy right behind, so this will be a bit of an interesting battle brewing up in the later part of the race. But yeah, it should be a very interesting thing to see. And then, let me think, what else the new features is there? So basically, they did keep the My Team. Career mode obviously is still the same, so, like if you, that's a car down there, that's Godfish. If you do that, normal career mode, it's roughly the same. Apart from there's actually now, you can compete against your friend. In terms, I'm trying to think of the detail. I think it's that you can like compete against your friend in the same career mode. You can have your friend as your teammate, or you can have him as your rival. Either way, but I think that's a pretty cool little feature, to be quite honest with you. We'll keep talking about it just a little bit longer, but in the meantime, we've got Product Ballistic under pressure from Crystal Maze, around the outside. Cannot quite get the move done. Just has to stay back. He's going to the grass. I just went on my phone just to look at the polish for a brief moment, and the next thing you know, he's on the grass. and now Tommy's got to deal with Chronic Ballistic. Yeah, I popped my phone. I was looking down at my phone at one point just because I was trying to pop up the comments again just to see if anyone said anything. And the next thing you know, I see Crystal Maze in the grass. You should be able to get my Chronic Ballistic pretty soon. I would assume so. Tommy's got very old tires. He's on 24 laps on those tires. He's got to carry those for about another 7 laps. That's roughly about 32 laps he's going to be doing on those tires. Anyways, here he goes, TRS. Should be a straightforward overtake, I think. On the inside he goes. Could have almost had a similarity there with Michael Schumacher and Barrichello in 2010, but there you go, he's into second place now. And Dylan, though, now is up to the podium positions into, no, I'm sorry. Well, he will be provisionally into the podium positions, but right now he's at 4th. He's got 6 seconds of added to his name. He could lose that to Irish Dad, who's right behind. But yeah, back to F1 2021. So, yeah, like I said, they got the new breaking point, story mode. I'm gonna guess it. So, pretty much what it looks like to me, from what I saw, is basically it's gonna be like the journey from FIFA when they had it from FIFA 17 through 19 with Alex Hunter. But I'm trying to think that I also saw that guess they're having some kind of a bonus content pack in there as well, where like you can have gloves and helmet from, I guess, from the story mode, and then you have like a victory radio celebration that you can use as well if you win your race. As there's a Haas that's spun around, and that's Beard Day, that's carts near the wall at the middle sector. Dylan's finally got ahead of Chronic Ballistic to 3rd. I'm guessing Chronic Ballistic thinks he can go to the end of those tires, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Those tires are going to be near puncture territory, I'd say, pretty soon. Right now, I say he's struggling to find any sort of pace with those mediums. And there is a Williams that spun. That's Captain Infinity, I think. Yeah, it is. Oh! Maybe it was him and... Did him and F1HL must have had some sort of a moment? Not sure. Yellow flags again. That's Codfish just going very slowly. Crystal Maze getting closer to the Red Bull. Always going to go the inside into turn 1. Tries to give him space. He gets DRS again. I think Chronic Ballistic would be wise enough to let by his teammate. No, he does not. No. Even with him having those fresh set of hard tires, he's got pace. He doesn't want to give up to his teammate. I don't think that's going to make Irish Dad too happy about that. Still can't find any way to get past. Two Red Bulls are very, very close to each other. And this won't lead into anything silly. Oh, he's going to go for an inside move. Oh, he couldn't do anything about that. He tried to go for the move on the inside of Chronic Ballistic, but just couldn't make it work. It's very hard to do around an area like that. Digital Styles gets the fastest lap of the race, 17.4. I would think he would let by his teammate, really. Surely. Got DRS. Not close enough to make any sort of a move. He doesn't have DRS himself. It's close now. Kronicus seems to refuse to let him by. On the inside. Oh, these two make contact. The two Red Bulls. Now he's passed. He definitely wasn't cooperating there. As there is a Williams that... Oh, hang on a minute. Wait, was that Captain Infinity? Yeah, it was. Let's have a bit of a moment, it looks like. At fourth. Lap 32-35. Max has been in pretty good control of this race so far here in this Hungarian Grand Prix. I probably would say he definitely is aligned to win the race. Young Tommy, though, will get the points lead by the end of the race. Oh, but he's got to save some fuel, though, too. You can definitely see that. But yeah, I'm hoping, though, for F1 2021 that we at least hope to God that EA makes some sort of improvement, unlike what Codemasters has been done in the past. Because this game went backwards, I'd say, from F1 2019 to what it is now. In all my times playing games, I've never seen a game that goes so far backwards than this one. But hey, they're owned by EA now. So here it goes. It's very interesting to see that in the F1 game now. We're seeing an EA logo. I have not seen that since I think F1 2002, when EA used to do F1 games back then. 2 more laps to go into this race. Max in the lead. But yeah, the one thing I'm hoping, though, for 2, and this is just for doing, like, the commentary with perspective. You know, I would literally love to see, and I hope Codemasters listens to me at some point if they ever watch these kind of races, or whoever commentates on these streams. But the one thing I would love to see, really, is to see, like you know how this game they brought the new graphics, like the pit window, the tire strategy, etc., like the ones you saw earlier. I like to have them do, like, obviously have at least a tire screen that works instead of it glitching every time. That's obviously a big thing. But no, like a starting grid sort of graphic as well, like at the start of the race, and you have like the starting grid theme, and then maybe like an option. And maybe like an option 2, if, like, let's say you're a spectator, as we start the final lap of the race, probably to have like an option of doing, like, you know, what a normal F1 telecast would do, you know, have the intro to the track, have moments, etc. But like it could be for Codemasters, it doesn't have to be like, you know, yeah, or maybe like randomized or some sort of moments that happened in F1 in the past at certain tracks. Just something I would like to see if you were, like, commentating, like, in online league racing. But anyway, we have the final lap right now. 2.1 seconds is the gap between Max and Young Tommy, as they are battling right now. We're going to try to hold on for the top spots. Dylan, Crystal Maze, and Irish Dad have been fighting out a little bit. I think looks like Irish Dad will not get these 2 on penalties from the way it looks, so looks like they'll keep in good positions at the moment. But in the meantime, Max, who has been controlled pretty much from start to finish, had a good race so far, had no troubles, crosses the line, and wins the Hungarian Grand Prix here in Budapest. Young Tommy comes home in second place. We'll get the championship lead at the end of this. Dylan comes home in third place with Crystal Maze in fourth. Irish Dad rounds off the top five. Chrono Ballistic will come home in sixth place. Still on 27 laps on the same medium tire. I mean, good effort, but yeah, that lost him a lot of pace and positions. Jonesy will come home at seventh, but we'll see what happens due to penalties. Crazy Bill will jump into seventh. Jonesy will go to eighth, then make that ninth. Now Starburst gets ahead on penalties. Scorpio in 10th. Scooby Sue rounds off 11th place. FNHL will come home in 12th. Broken Arrow in 13th. We'll see what happens between. Looks like BX37 will finish on the lead lap in 14th place. But there you go. Menace Max wins his first race since Monaco, so this will be his second race win of the season. Fine win for him. Crystal Maze gets driver of the day. I'll have to see how many positions he's gained. Well, yeah, that's a day for racing points. Good win for Menace Max, his second race win of the season. Draws him closer now into the championship, closer to his teammate. And also closer to young Tommy as well. And that podium also was Dylan's first podium since his race win in Brazil. So a fine race win for him, or for a nice podium position for him. And young Tommy, who has still yet to get a race win, but only is in this because he's got a lot of podiums added to his name. With now 8 podiums added to his name. I'm sure he'll get a win somewhere in the season. He's definitely bound to. But there's your win. There, Menace Max gets the win. And Young Tommy in second, Dylan in third, Crystal Maze in fourth. Oh yeah, 18th to 4. That is definitely a good drive. 14 positions from Crystal Maze. Irish Dad in fifth, Chrono Ballistic in sixth. Crazy Bill, excuse me, in seventh. Starburst in eighth. Jonesy in ninth. Scorpion in 10th. Scooby Sue in 11th. FNHL in 12th. Broken Arrow in 13th. BX in 14th, Kins in 15th, Captain Infinity in 16th. Sorry if I didn't get to read the rest of the grid. But yeah, there you go. That was the Hungarian Grand Prix for League One. And later on today we'll be in about roughly, I think, less than an hour from now, I think, will be the championship round of here in Hungary. But for next week, though, for League One, we'll be going into the Netherlands for the Dutch Grand and Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. So that'll be definitely an interesting race to watch. Driving around in Max Verstappen land. Of course, we will be seeing that in the real life calendar as well. Hopefully COVID won't be too much of an issue. Hopefully to see the Orange Army in Zandvoort. But anyway, I think that's going to conclude this stream. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you definitely enjoyed it. At least if you did enjoy the stream, leave a like and then subscribe to Weekend Night Racing. My name is Katie997. Goodbye. See you again soon. Take care.